Before he became one of the greatest swordsmen of the sea, Zoro was simply a stubborn young boy with an impossible dream. Zoro was never satisfied with being ordinary. Every day, he trained harder than the day before. But inside that dojo was someone who could defeat him again and again. For Zoro, Kuina was more than a rival. She was the person who forced him to confront his own limits. Together, they made a promise. One day, one of them would become the greatest swordsman in the world. But the dream they shared was suddenly shattered. Kuina was gone. Zoro refused to let their promise disappear with her. And so Zoro left his home behind. His journey had begun. For years, Zoro wandered from place to place, searching for stronger opponents. He developed a fighting style unlike any other. 3 swords, one in each hand, and one between his teeth. His reputation grew. Soon Zoro became known as a dangerous bounty hunter. But even a powerful swordsman could find himself trapped. Dialogue: Luffy, join my crew. Dialogue: Zoro, you're asking the wrong man. Zoro had no interest in becoming anyone's follower. But Luffy offered him something different. A chance to pursue his dream freely. And just like that, Zoro became the first member of the Straw Hat Pirates. Their personalities couldn't have been more different. Luffy was reckless. Zoro was serious. But somehow, they worked. Zoro didn't simply join Luffy's crew. He eventually became the man standing closest to his captain. As the crew grew, so did the bond between them. Then Zoro encountered the man standing at the summit of swordsmanship, Dracule Mihawk. For the first time, Zoro faced the true distance between his dream and his current strength. That defeat didn't destroy Zoro. It gave his dream a new meaning. From that moment forward, Zoro trained harder than ever. When the world threatened his crew, Zoro never hesitated. There was one moment when Zoro proved that his loyalty was greater than his own pride. He wasn't only fighting to become the world's greatest swordsman. He was fighting to protect his captain. Again and again, Zoro proved that his strength came from more than swordsmanship. It came from his willingness to sacrifice. After Marineford, Zoro understood that determination alone would never be enough. So Zoro made an extraordinary choice. He asked his greatest rival to teach him. For 2 years, Zoro pushed himself beyond every limit he had known. When Zoro returned, the difference was obvious. He was no longer simply a talented swordsman. He had become a warrior, and then came Wano, a land where swordsmanship was more than a fighting style. It was a way of life. There, Zoro received a blade unlike any he had ever wielded. Enma. But Enma demanded more than strength. It demanded control. Then Zoro faced an opponent who forced him to discover a new level of power. King. Zoro finally awakened a power that revealed the true scale of his ambition. Conqueror's Haki. His 3-sword style had evolved into something terrifyingly powerful. And when the battle ended, Zoro had proven that he belonged among the strongest swordsmen of the new era. But behind every battle, behind every victory, there was always one person Zoro remembered: Kuina. His goal has never changed. He still carries the promise he made as a child, from a stubborn boy inside a small dojo to a swordsman who challenged the strongest warriors in the world. Zoro's journey has always been about one thing: pause. Keeping a promise. Pause. Becoming the greatest swordsman in the world.